Welcome to Constant TV, where legitimacy and consistency rule.
Welcome to our journey through time as we explore the top 10 historical kingdoms in the Middle East. From the fertile banks of the Nile to the rugged mountains of Anatolia, we'll unearth the stories of conquerors and kings, prophets and philosophers, and the empires they forged. These kingdoms have left an indelible mark on history. Join me as we delve into the sands of time and uncover the forgotten narratives of these ancient and powerful kingdoms. We begin our journey in Mesopotamia, the land between the rivers where the Tigris and Euphrates nurtured the rise of the Sumerian civilization, arguably the first on Earth. Here, in the 4th millennium BC, the Sumerians were creating something utterly new, something that would change the course of human history. They settled in cities like Ur and Uruk, marvels of urban planning and architecture for their time. They developed a system of writing, cuneiform, wedging abstract symbols into clay to record not just grain inventories, but also their myths, their laws, and their dreams. Their epic tales, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, explored themes of mortality, heroism, and the human condition that still resonate with us today. The Sumerians, though long gone, left an indelible mark on the world, their innovations echoing through the ages. From the foundation laid by the Sumerians rose a new power, the Akkadian Empire. Under the leadership of Sargon the Great, the disparate Sumerian city-states were united by force, forging the first empire the world had ever seen. Sargon's empire stretched from the Persian Gulf to the Mediterranean Sea, a testament to both his military genius and the effectiveness of the Akkadian army. They were masters of bronze weaponry, disciplined and ruthless, striking fear into the hearts of their enemies. It was under Sargon that a single language, Akkadian, became the language of administration and trade. The Akkadians, in many ways, wrote the playbook for empire building, a playbook that would be studied and emulated for centuries to come. The name Babylon still echoes through history, conjuring images of grandeur and power, of magnificent gardens, and of course the infamous Hammurabi and his code. Babylon, rising to prominence in the 18th century BC, wasn't just another Mesopotamian power. It was a center of culture, learning and law, but perhaps the most enduring legacy of Babylon is Hammurabi's code, one of the earliest known and best preserved legal codes. Carved onto a massive stone stele, the code laid out laws governing everything from trade and property to family matters and criminal justice. Hammurabi's code, though harsh by modern standards, was a landmark achievement, influencing legal systems for centuries to come. Chapter 4. Assyria, Iron Fists, and Imperial Ambitions. If Babylon represented the law, Assyria, rising to prominence in the 1st millennium BC, represented the Iron Fist. The Assyrians were renowned and feared for their military might. Imagine an army equipped with iron weapons, a technological advantage that made them nearly unstoppable. They were masters of siege warfare, able to reduce enemy cities to rubble, and their kings, like Ashurbanipal, boasted of their ruthlessness in inscriptions meant to awe and terrify. But to view Assyria solely through the lens of military power would be a mistake. Their libraries, particularly the one at Nineveh, housed tens of thousands of clay tablets, preserving knowledge from across the ancient Near East. Chapter 5. The Hittites, masters of the chariot age. In the heart of Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, a kingdom rose to challenge the might of even the Egyptians, the Hittites. The Hittites were masters of ironworking, a technology that gave them a distinct edge in the Bronze Age world. Imagine the thunder of their chariots, heavier and more technologically advanced than anything their enemies could field, rumbling across the battlefield, shattering enemy lines. The Battle of Kadesh, fought against the Egyptians under Ramesses II, stands as one of the earliest battles in recorded history. The Hittites were also unique in their governance. Their kings ruled not as absolute monarchs, but were bound by a council of nobles, a remarkably early example of a check on royal power. Turn your eyes now to the Mediterranean, where a different kind of power was rising. The Phoenicians, a seafaring people whose thirst for trade would shape the destiny of the ancient world. From their city-states like Tyre, Sidon, and Byblos, They established trading posts that stretched from the Iberian Peninsula to the Levant, creating a network of exchange that brought wealth and prosperity. But the Phoenicians' greatest legacy, perhaps, was their alphabet. Developed from an earlier Proto-Sinaitic script, the Phoenician alphabet, with its 22 consonants, was simple, elegant, and easily adaptable. The Phoenicians, through their trade and their innovative spirit, helped connect the ancient world and lay the foundation for a shared cultural heritage. Few names resonate through history with the same power as that of Cyrus the Great, founder of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. Imagine the vastness of his empire, stretching from the Indus River to the Aegean Sea, encompassing dozens of cultures, languages, and religions. Cyrus was not just a conqueror, though he was certainly that. He was known for his tolerance, allowing conquered peoples to maintain their customs and religions, a radical departure from the often brutal policies of his predecessors. His successors, like Darius and Xerxes, would continue to build upon his legacy, creating a sophisticated system of administration, with satraps governing provinces and a network of roads connecting the far-flung corners of the empire. The Persians, with their emphasis on infrastructure, trade, and cultural exchange, helped to create a world more interconnected than ever before. The story of the Parthian Empire is one of resilience, of a people who refused to bow to the might of empires, who carved out their own destiny on the edges of the Roman world. Imagine the thundering charge of Parthian heavy cavalry, cataphracts clad in iron scales, their lances lowering like a storm of steel. But it was their horse archers that truly struck fear into the hearts of their enemies. Able to fire arrows with deadly accuracy while riding at full gallop, they could rain down destruction on their foes before fading back into the steppes. The Parthians were masters of the Parthian shot, a tactic that involved feigning retreat, only to turn and fire arrows at their pursuing enemies. They controlled the vital Silk Road, facilitating trade and cultural exchange between East and West. The Parthians, for centuries, held the line against Roman expansion, their empire a testament to the enduring power of resistance. From the ashes of the Parthian Empire rose a new Persian power, the Sassanids, determined to restore the glory of their Achaemenid ancestors and challenge the growing might of Rome. The Sassanid Empire, lasting over 4 centuries, was marked by a resurgence of Persian culture and military power. Imagine the clash of empires, the Sassanid cavalry, their horses draped in armor, clashing with Roman legions along the Euphrates River. Under emperors like Shapur I and Khosrow I, they launched ambitious campaigns, expanding their empire and even capturing a Roman emperor, Valerian, in battle. They were patrons of the arts and sciences, their reign a golden age of Persian literature, with works like the Shahnameh, a national epic, preserving their history and legends. The Sassanids, in their unwavering resistance to Rome and their cultural brilliance, left an indelible mark on the history of the Middle East. Our journey through the historical kingdoms of the Middle East culminates with the rise of Islam and the Umayyad Caliphate, an empire that would reshape the political and religious landscape of the world. Imagine the year 632 AD. The Prophet Muhammad has died, but his message, the teachings of Islam, have ignited a fire in the hearts of his followers. Under the leadership of the Rashidun Caliphs, the first 4 successors to Muhammad, the Islamic Empire expanded with astonishing speed, conquering vast territories from the Iberian Peninsula to the Indus River. The Umayyads, the first great Islamic dynasty, took up the mantle of leadership in 661 AD, moving the capital from Medina to Damascus and establishing a centralized and efficient administrative structure. They built upon the foundations laid by the Rashidun Caliphs, consolidating their hold on conquered territories and expanding their empire further into North Africa, Central Asia, and even across the Strait of Gibraltar into Spain. The Umayyads, though eventually overthrown by the Abbasids, left an enduring legacy, spreading Islam far beyond its Arabian birthplace and laying the groundwork for a new era of Islamic civilization. As we stand here amidst the ruins of these once great kingdoms, it's impossible not to feel the weight of history pressing down upon us. These historical kingdoms of the Middle East not only shaped their own time, but left legacies that continue to influence modern culture, politics, and religion. Thank you for joining us on this historical journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating insights into our world's past.